Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome once again to Chatting with Doug. A little known fact about Doug is that he plays a character called the Nostalgia Critic on the internet, on this place called YouTube. So if you have any questions about that little known character, now might be the time to ask them.
Heather, please. My more popular character, Melvin, brother the Joker. I think that we should lead with that. We should open with
I
that.
mean, I didn't want everyone to be blown away by the fact that they were in the presence of Melvin, brother of the Joker
I
himself.
guess it goes without saying. Now I could do like Bane, was it like Joe, the cousin of Bane or something like that. That'd be a funny thing to do. I don't know how many people do bring it up every once in a while, so it's like I think there's probably enough people that kind of remember. I don't know. Maybe I can work that into something. It's actually kind of
Yeah,
funny.
might be, might be. But yes, everyone, hello, welcome to Chatting with Doug. I see we are all, blah, blah, blah. If I could speak, that'd be great. We are in a level 3 hype train. I was gonna say we're about to be in a level 3 hype train, but I think it's happened. I think we are in level 3 of this hype
Thank you.
train. So thank you all so much. We super appreciate it. Let's get to the rules then so that we can get to your questions. First and foremost, we do give priority to the bit messages since that is some real world money spent. Towards the end of stream, sometimes we do have time for highlighted questions, but please save your highlighting towards the end of stream, because if you highlight it now, I can't scroll back up and check it out. Also, highlighting a question does not guarantee that we are going to see it or answer it. Please watch the length of your questions. The longer it is, the faster I have to read it, and the less likely it is that we get to repeat it. So short and to the point is better. Please, no spoilers. Not everyone has had a chance to see the latest and greatest. People haven't seen the new Spider-Verse, even if others of us have, Doug.
I still got the poster.
Wow. So no spoilers for any movie or TV show. I just finished Barry. Oh my gosh. We can't talk about it, but chat, if you know, you know.
Shit, I gotta get back to watching that.
Yeah.
We just finished Succession, so now it's like, oh shit, gotta get back to the other HBO show.
Yeah, right. Please do not repeat yourself over and over again in chat. You can get timed out or even banned if you're going to continue doing that. That also kind of includes the bit messages. We do have a list. We will get to it. There is no need to repeat yourself. It's very, very rare that we actually miss one. You might want to check to make sure that someone else has not already asked your question. It's not that it's a bad thing. You're not going to get in trouble for it. It's just that we feel bad if you're like the fourth person to ask where Doug is in the owl house. We just feel bad if we have to be like, okay, we already did this. Sorry. So, okay. I think that's it then.
I think we got.
Great.
Good.
Fantastic. Love that for us.
Love it for us
Okay.
too.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. Were you able to watch the Bob's Burgers most recent season finale yet? And if so, thoughts? It's called Amelia. Personally, I found it very inspiring.
Oh yeah, okay. So I was wondering why there wasn't a new one this week. Okay, because that's the season finale. Yeah, I liked it. Again, I like it. Kind of gives a twist on the idea of like. It's interesting seeing someone who does not know what happens to Amelia Earhart and read the story. And then I like the twist that she's actually like disappointed that she kind of sees her as a loser and stuff, which is like, I don't know. I've never heard like that take, but if there's any character I would, it'd be Louise, be this little kid. So I like convincing her, like, no, all the things that this person has done. She sees herself as a failure because she imagines herself as the pilot. All that was really, really interesting. And then working in like the puppets and everything with the Shao puppets was really cool. No, I thought all that was cool. It's been a dramatic season, weirdly, but they've worked with it really well. I like the way they utilize it. It still feels very natural for them.
Chorus, thank you for the 100 bits. 2 questions for you, Doug, about this year's Disney-cember. 1, are you planning to do Star Wars Resistance? While it's not as good as Rebels or the Clone Wars, it still has some good elements. For example, dogfighting First Order villains.
I wasn't planning to. I think I have all the shows picked out. Maybe I'll look at it next year. Yeah, because this year I think I got them all planned out.
And two, are you planning on doing The Legend of Tarzan 2001, a sequel to the Disney movie? It has a lot of elements from the book City of Leopard Men's Dinosaurs, and it's a good series.
That's what I heard. It sure looked bad because I saw the little straight to DVD movie when I was doing the sequels. But maybe I'll give it a check because you're not the first one to say that. And I guess they do take a lot from the books, which is interesting. I never read the books, but yeah, I might check it out.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on the Sherlock Holmes movies starring Robert Downey Jr., and which of the two do you think is better?
I've only seen the first one. I did like it. I was actually going in thinking I wasn't going to like it. I thought it looked way too, kind of Guy Ritchie-ish, and like action-packed and stuff. But like it kind of reminded me of all these things. Like, oh yeah, like Sherlock could fight, and they show how he fights with like the deduction and the logic and stuff like that. So I liked it. I did not see the second one. I should probably check it out.
Author, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug and Heather, how y'all doing?
Good. Thank you.
Abnormal Gamer, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, seeing that Rise of the Beasts is about a week away, will you review Bumblebee?
Oh, I'm trying to remember if I did, like just a little vlog review or something. No, I thought it was pretty bland, honestly. A lot of people said that this is actually a good Transformers movie, kind of return to formula, like an Iron Giant thing, and I was just like, it didn't do much for me. Like, I didn't hate it, but I thought it was pretty boring. The only thing I really like, I love John Cena saying, are we really considering trusting the Decepticons? They are called Decepticons. I thought that was pretty funny.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. John Wick month, maybe?
I haven't seen the newest one. I guess they're doing a fifth one. Man, I like them, but good God, I was gonna say how many can you do, but then again, I guess just as long as Keanu stays in shape and still wants to do them. I mean, he's great at it. So I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be like the new, almost like Fast and Furious movies. Like there's just always gonna be another one, but there's something fun about that too. If I do it, I'll have to wait for them to stop, and I don't know if that's ever gonna happen.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on Crimson Peak?
That's the whatchamacallit, Guillermo del Toro one, right? Let me see.
I'm not sure, actually.
Yes, it is. I remember I saw it on IMAX and it looked really, really cool. I liked it until the ending. I thought the ending was pretty lame. But everything up to that point was very gothic and grand and pretty cool. So, yeah, no, I'm glad I saw it. I don't know if I'd check it out again.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, another great review of Dudley Do Right. I remember kind of seeing it in theaters, but now looking at it, it does fall flat. Though now I understand why there's a Dudley Do Right ride at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. Why it's right next door to the King Kong ride. What? Oh, why it's next door to the King Kong ride, I can't even tell you.
Yeah, I rode that ride. I don't think it's based on the movie. Yeah, no, it was that was actually a pretty fun ride. I like that Universal Park because they'll just give rides to the weirdest thing. Like, why does Dudley Do Right have a ride? Who was demanding that? But it was well put together.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Which movie do you prefer? The first Shrek or the first Puss in Boots?
Wait, first Puss in Boots?
Yeah.
I'll probably say the first Shrek. I think the lesson is more interesting. It's probably a little bit more influential as well. Like I never got that into it, but for the impact it had, I'll say that.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 100 bits. What is your least favorite movie sequel of all time?
Man, least favorite. I'd have to look at didn't I do like a worst sequels list or something like that? I'm trying to remember what I put on there. Yeah, now I'm like, hold on, did I do it? Best sequel? Worst sequel, there we go. You know what? I'm going to do a cheat sheet here. I'm just going to fast forward to the end and see what I actually said it was. Oh, I said Troll 2. Oh, but that's one of those where it's like, come on, I have to say it because it's so enjoyably bad. Man, Son of the Mask is up there. That's pretty terrible. Man, Ones that are so long, they're kind of really tough to get through. Like maybe Pirates 3 or something like that are usually pretty tough. But I know they're not the worst. Hey, you know what? Sure, let's say Son of the Mask. Come on, that's a good answer.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. I remember in your review of Fury Road, you mentioned that Road Warrior was your least favorite Mad Max movie. Do you still stand by that? No judgment, just curious.
Uh, I mean, now that Fury Road is out, yeah, kinda. Originally it was the first one, but I didn't really have an appreciation for that type of movies or that semi-exploitation, low-budget style movie. And I do now. So yeah, I mean, it is, but I still like it. It's still good. It's still crazy impressive. I mean, I feel like we wouldn't have Fury Road without Road Warrior. So we wouldn't have sort of that Mad Max franchise, the feel of the Mad Max franchise without that movie. So yeah, I still really like it.
Dillbomb, thank you for the 100 bits. Top 3 favorite Star Wars characters.
Man, I think they're all gonna be from like Clone Wars, honestly. Maul from Clone Wars is great. Was it Hondo? Is that his name? The Jim Cummings character. Ventress is pretty great, and then also the Emperor. Yeah. Well, I know that's 4, but you get one with a coupon. So there you go.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Apparently, William Atherton is reprising his role as Walter Peck in the upcoming Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel. Thoughts?
I mean, he is crazy entertaining. I don't know. It'd be pretty hard to see that go south, like go bad. I don't know. They still kind of could. I feel like they kind of did that in Terminator 3 with the psychiatrist. I thought they made him kind of lame in that. But I don't know. I'm pretty excited for that. Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if he had a son and the son like picks on the other Ghostbusters? That'd be so fight the other kids.
Haunted Joker, thank you for the 100 bits. Along with getting rid of "as you know" in movies, can we also get rid of when a character tells another, "you know what to do"?
I don't know. I guess I never really had an issue with that. Because I don't really see a downside. If anything, it establishes, well, we do this so much, I don't even have to say it, or someone just gives a look or something like that. And I kind of like that. That says a lot about a character. As you know, it's like the opposite of that. It's like, here's some exposition, a bunch of stuff said that doesn't have to be said. The only time it works, I find, is if someone's using it to mock somebody. Well, as you know, I just achieved this. Like, that's okay if it's to make the character look like they're gloating or mocking someone. But yeah, all the other ways, when it really is just to establish exposition, that's usually not very good.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on the Robert Altman movie Gosford Park? Gosford? Sorry.
Gosford, yeah, you got it.
I got it right the first time. Darn it.
I liked it. I always kind of said Downton Abbey was the show version of Gosford Park. They both have Maggie Smith in it.
Love her.
Yeah. She plays the exact same character. Like, if you were to just show a clip of her in this movie, you would just think it's Downton Abbey. It's like no difference. But no, I remember really liking it. I thought it'd be a little bit more funny, but a part of me was kind of glad it wasn't, that they toned it down a little bit, made it a little different. Yeah, I remember liking it. I haven't seen it since it came out, though.
Haunted Joker, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, what is something nice about Heather that we may not know? This was the interesting one that I was like, ooh, you got an interesting question. I'm curious to see how you'll answer this one.
Pass. No.
Okay.
Man, that people don't know. I don't know. It seems like so much, like, it seems like that, like, that's her. That's Heather, what you see here. I mean, like, she really is that nice, and she's on top of things and everything. Like she knows how to get it all done, everything. She's well balanced head and everything. I don't remember ever having like a fight with her. We always enjoy talking. Yeah, I don't know. What do they not know? Oh, is she? No, I was gonna say like really collect like all the animes and stuff, but it's like that's not true. like they all know that. They already know that. Shit, it's like such a big question.
It is. It is.
Man,
but like if the tables were reversed, I don't even know what I would say is something nice that people don't know about you.
Yeah, no, maybe that's it. She's just as cool as you think she is. Like what you see is what you get,
Oh,
and it's very fortunate. We're very fortunate for that.
that's very nice. Thank you, Doug. Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen the Disney short Destino? And if so, what are your thoughts? Destino? Destino? I'm not
Destino,
sure.
you got. Not only did I see it, this one time when I was on a cruise, I got to know the auctioneer. He was art auctioneer on there, and he said that he had a copy of it that Disney made, and he had a copy of it. And I thought he was just blowing smoke out his ass and stuff. And I'm just like, oh come on, he knows I'm not gonna. I was a poor college kid. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy art here. I don't know why he's telling me this. He's like, no, come in like after 10 or something like that. I'll show it to you. And I went there. This is before it was released anywhere. And he showed it to me, and there's Roy E. Disney saying, well, congratulations to, and he names the name of the whatever you call it, the auction house or whatever, for purchasing this, and to show to your guests and stuff like that. I was like, what the hell? And he showed it to me, and I was so blown away that I'm like, I mean, you know how cool it is. I mean, now it's on Disney Plus,
Yeah.
which is cool, but it's like, it was so surreal just getting to know because I liked art, and he knew I had no money, so we like just talking art, and I just like looking at the art at the gallery and stuff. And yeah, just one night he showed me Destino, and I was just like, what the hell? Like, this is real? Like, they really made this, and they didn't they gave it to you guys? I think they like bought it or something. It was to show, like privileged guests and, those that bought expensive art. But again, like, we got along, so he's like, I'll just show it to you. But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was really cool. I don't know about the dissolves. That's the only thing. I would have liked a little bit more flowing animation, but it is a little bit more dreamlike, I suppose. But no, I love it. It's I love Dolly, I love Disney, I love Fantasia, so what's not to like?
Dillbomb, thank you for the 100 bits. NC recommendation, The Blues Brothers, the good one.
I don't know what I would say about it that like would be new. I mean, everything's pretty upfront in what's good about it. I don't think I could add anything that new or interesting, so probably not.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite Stephen Fry performance?
Trying to go through all the. I just saw him in. Oh, wait, is it The Dropout? It's the kind of topical Elizabeth Holmes story, and he plays one of the scientists in there. And man, you just feel this poor guy's like descent. I guess I don't want to give away what happens, but he plays it so well. Before that, I really liked him in Wild. He did a movie about Oscar Wilde, and the movie's okay, but like, he's really great in it. Yeah, I don't know. Is he giving a bad performance? He's always funny. He's always dramatic when he needs to be. He's a cool dude.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I was wondering if you've seen Tenet. It's Christopher Nolan at his absolute Nolaniest. People are split, but what do you think, and would you talk about it in a video?
I've never seen it. I believe everybody when they say it's him at his Nolaniest, and I don't like him at his Nolaniest. If anything, I like when it's either a good mix or he backs away from the Nolaniest stuff, like in was it Dunkirk? Is that the name of the movie he did? Like that's a little different for him because it's not super talky. But one of these days I might check it out. I don't know. It just so looked like another Nolan movie. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like it's worse, but it just looked like, oh, another one, kind of thing.
Oi Ram, thank you for the 100 bits. So Doug, what's your most favorite and least favorite Jay Ward cartoon in honor of this review?
Probably the, I it's in the movie, but I forget, it's the Dysfunctional Fairy Tales. I like those because they usually have oh no, it's not. Okay, I'm forgetting what it was, but the fairy tale one. Do you know what I'm talking about? I really like those because I like, sometimes they'll just retell a story. Sometimes they'll just make one up from scratch, and they can almost serve as legit fairy tales, like funny fairy tales with a little bit of a twist on them. I like those.
Dillbomb,
fairy tales. Thank you. Somebody brought it up.
Thanks, chat. Dillbomb, thank you for the 100 bits. Who was the most annoying character in a movie that you otherwise love?
Man, I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, sometimes it can like a character can ruin a movie. I was actually liking the movie Bros fine, with the exception of the lead character. I thought he was so obnoxious. Um, but man, I'm trying to think of like, man, I'm loving this movie. It's just this one character that's like, I'll go with that. That's a good one. Just for now, it's not the worst, but it's like it's definitely one that can't ruin the film for me.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug NC for Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Maybe. You know what it is? I'd have to look up because what's it based on? A comic?
Yes.
Right? And that's also turned to a video game. I'd have to look up all of that. And I don't know if I have time because it is an interesting film to talk about, but I feel like I would have to know the comic.
There's
A
some of us
little
on
bit,
your staff
maybe.
that have read the comic and played the game, Doug. I'm just saying, if you need to use us as a resource, we're here.
Well, it's interesting because like, okay, like after seeing Spider-Verse, like there is a lot in the Spider-Verse movies I feel like kind of takes elements from that and that type of filmmaking. But does that feel like people I feel like are still split on whether or not that movie works? I don't know. There might be something there. I wrote it down. There might be something there.
Nerdy 1992, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite in living color sketch. I always got to go with either Juice Weasel or the Wanda sketches.
Both those are very funny. I love one where Jim Carrey is hypnotized just at a little stage show or whatever to cluck like a chicken, and then the hypnotist has a heart attack, so he's just stuck clucking for the rest of his life, and it just shows him years later, like this homeless guy just trying to order some food at a fast food restaurant. He's like, "Paka, paka," and like it's like I think he's trying to tell us that here, can you write it down? And he's like. And he's thinking, oh my God, yes, that's a brilliant idea. And he thinks he's writing down what he wants. It just says cluck, cluck, cluck. I thought that was very funny.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Ooh, very important question. Mozzarella sticks or onion rings? What you getting? It's mozzarella sticks for me. I love cheese. Just anything with cheese. Cheese.
They have to be real. I'll say this. I can take bad onion rings. I'll still like them. I can't take bad mozzarella sticks. But if they're really good mozzarella sticks, I'll have that over the onion rings.
Rancy Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. So I have a question for you. Are you ever going to do Disney Sembers on TV shows based on animated Disney movies like Aladdin, Hercules, and The Little Mermaid?
There is a Little Mermaid. That's right. Cartoon show. Aladdin. So we kind of did that in Disney Semper. I'm surprised it's not on Disney Plus. I don't even know if there's like a DVD release of it, but Aladdin would be interesting to talk about because it's one of the strange shows where it'd be really good if it wasn't about Aladdin. Like all the characters and the stories are really interesting, but anytime it's like, oh, what's Genie up to? What's Jasmine up to? What's Iago? It's like, I don't care. All these side characters are really fascinating, and like the main characters like slow everything down, and I don't care about them. So that would be interesting, maybe for a Disney December. I'd have to see where I could get like copies of it though, because yeah, like I say, it's not on Disney Plus, and yeah, I don't know. I'll write that down too. I'm sure someplace we can get copies of it.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Clue for next week's NC.
Man, what?
You should.
You know what it is. What would a
you
clue
get this
be?
question every week, and I feel like every week you feel like you're going to come prepared, and then you're not prepared.
I mean, but you're a part of it too. You come up with a clue, huh,
well,
Miss Smarty?
I'm not. Don't put me on the spot, Doug.
Uh-huh.
Well, obviously, then it's a bigger cast review.
Yeah.
Doug, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's difficult, isn't it? It's tricky. It is along the same lines of like the Fox Kids and Disney Afternoon reviews. We'll say that.
Ooh, there you go. Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you guys have a good last week? I didn't really do anything that cool. Just graduated community college, got my degree for liberal arts or some shit. No big deal.
Oh, cool. Yeah, but my last week. No.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
I'm really going into great detail. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Really, major congrats to you.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the Tom Cruise movie Valkyrie?
I never saw it, and I hear it's really good. Something about seeing Cruise with an eye patch. You know, that's an actor. We were talking about people that could ruin a movie before. He really is one of those people. He either saves the movie or breaks the movie for me. And I every time I see him, I have to look past the ego. He just wears that ego like right out in front. But all the stuff he's doing with the stunts and everything, and when he gives a good performance, like it is impressive, and he is very entertaining to watch. So yeah, that's one of those where he's always like I'm always like walking the tightrope with him, but I'm like just for his safety, I do say, okay, you don't have to do the stunts anymore. I appreciate it. Like, wow, holy shit. But I'm concerned, buddy. No, I have not seen it though. I have heard it's pretty good.
Alex loves musicals. Thank you for the 100 bits. Call me crazy, but I actually enjoyed this remake. The animated Little Mermaid is superior, but the singing, some of the acting, the scenes on land of Vanessa, the human side characters, and the new and old music were great.
Oh, yeah, oh, there's lots of people like it. Both the Rotten Tomatoes and CineScores for it are pretty good. Yeah, it didn't do anything for. I shouldn't say anything. Like I said, I do like the song sequences. I thought they were pretty damn impressive. Yeah, everything else just seemed very by the numbers to me. But I don't know if somebody goes in and says they have a good time. It's not like I can't see why. I mean, just the music alone is very impressive.
Alex loves musicals. Thank you for the 100 bits. Ariel and Eric's expanded romance and chemistry made this movie enjoyable. I liked how they gave Eric more personality and backstory. I liked the opening quote and the ending. It isn't a great movie, but at least I enjoyed it. I can't say the same for the other awful Disney remakes.
Yeah, I didn't get that from Eric. I thought they kind of sucked out the personality. I thought he was very foppish in this. They even give him a song, which I thought would be more interesting, but I thought that was kind of bland. I don't know. They have okay chemistry, I guess, but it was weird in trying to expand on his character more. I feel like they kind of made him more boring. Something about the one in the original, they don't do much with him, but like I don't know. They got a good actor. They got a good guy, animators that were good with expressions and stuff. So I liked him better in that. But again, I can see why other people would definitely get into it.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What do Doe and Chester have planned for the summer? Any little bums on the way? Oh, we used to have some of those and then we lost them. So I think we're done with that.
Yeah, they do scamper off often. Usually when we're not looking, sometimes when we are looking, but also not looking because we might be on a certain substance. But bottom line, I forgot what the question was and where all my hair went.
Oi, Ram, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug. Since it's looking likely you'll review Land Before Time and All Dogs Go to Heaven, I should let you know that it's probably not a good idea to mention the actress who played Ducky and Anne Marie in those movies. It'll more than likely be too tragic to bring up.
Oh yeah, I know the story. Obviously about her, and it is super sad. When and it, I mean, I feel like I'd review them at some point. I don't know how to get around. I mean, I feel like I've talked about difficult subject matters with what's happened to actors and actresses before in the movie. So I don't know how I go about that. But yeah, I feel like, especially with Land Before Time, because I think that was her last movie, I feel like I would have to touch on it there. I don't know if I'd have to touch about it in All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather, I don't know if you heard, and as a fan, this might piss you off, but Marvel Comics is killing Kamala Khan. 3 months before her movie comes out, and it happens at a bad Spider-Man run she's barely in. The whole thing is so dumb. I had seen the cover. I don't know. I think...
Is she really?
Right, I was gonna say,
With
I
a movie coming
haven't
out.
read Marvel Comics in a long time, but I did read the beginning of the Miss Marvel run with Kamala, and it was a great run, and she's a very popular character. So I think she's not really dead. I think they're just trying to capitalize on her popularity and the movie coming out in a couple of months, and she might magically return to comics in 4 months or so.
Maybe with a different costume or different power or something to bring back other. I think they did like somewhere they looked up how many comic book characters, like lead comic book characters, have died and come back, and it was something like 50. It was like a crazy amount. So yeah, that I don't think that means much.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the movie Titan AE?
I saw it when it came out. I didn't like it after reading his book too. I don't know if Bluth even liked it, but yeah, maybe I should see it again and see if I look at it, like from a different point of view. Because yeah, obviously I'll enjoy the animation because it's Bluth animation, but yeah, I just don't remember it grabbing me. It was just he just seemed out of his comfort zone, and even he said he was kind of forced to do it. He was out of his comfort zone too. So although he did do Space Ace.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, out of everything James Gunn announced for the new DC universe, what fascinates you the most? And do you think he's a good choice to be the Kevin Feige of DC?
I mean, we'll find out, won't we? I mean, I'll say this: I'm starting to get tired of the movies he's directed, which kind of makes me think he should move on to producing because there's plenty, like Spielberg was starting to kind of get tired of the films he was directing. He started producing, and he's an excellent producer. So that would be something interesting to see. I'm very curious either way if he's good at it or bad at it. To see what he's going to put together. I guess the Batman. Are they doing two Batmans or what? Oh yeah, because you got the sequel to the Batman, and then another one. Obviously the Superman, new
I'm
Superman
excited
gonna
to
be
see like
interesting.
Swamp Thing.
Yeah, I guess I never got that into Swamp Thing. So is Supergirl the one that's in the Flash? Is that what they're
I'm not sure.
building up? Because I haven't seen the movie yet, but that Supergirl looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I never even saw like that design, or I don't know if it's a different one, but she looks pretty badass. So just based on that trailer, it'd be cool to see what they do. But I guess the boring ones, Superman, Batman. I wish I could be more excited. Like what a weird choice, but no, it's the boring ones.
Rancy Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. So, Doug, with the release of all the Indiana Jones movies on Disney Plus, they also put the TV show on there. So, will there be a Disney December on the adventures of young Indiana Jones?
I did see that on there. I remember really liking that show. I don't think they have the intro though. That kind of sucked. They didn't put the little John Williams theme and everything at the beginning. But uh, maybe I'll have to see. I'll probably do like one of these years. That'll be like the new thing I add. Maybe is like just LucasArts stuff in general. Maybe we'll include LucasArts games or something too. I don't know, but like 90% of it's Indiana Jones or Star Wars. But yeah, I don't know. I might do that.
Oi Ram, thank you for the 100 bits. Finally saw Guardians 3. I have been hearing some people, while loving it, feel they can't watch it again because of they feel really uncomfortable about the portrayal of animal cruelty in the film. Having seen it, I can understand. How do you personally feel? Also, I know it's a broken record question now, but has Rob seen it yet?
No, he's had a lot going on recently. He hasn't checked it out. But in terms of how, I mean, it's the best part of the movie is the stuff with Rocket. And even though you can see where it's going, it's still, it's still going to be sad and stuff like that. And it's effective and you like all of them and everything. So, I mean, I thought that was done well. And, I don't know, maybe because I know they're CG and they're not really there, I'm not going to be like as heartbroken about it. And again, you can kind of see it coming from a mile away, but it is done well, and they're both very cute and very ugly at the same time. The reason they're ugly is very heartbreaking. Why with the experiments? So no, I thought all that was done well. I thought that was the best stuff in the movie.
A Incarnati, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen the Robert Eggers film The Lighthouse, and what did you think of it?
Oh, I loved it. Oh my god, that is a really good movie. By God, you need subtitles though, big time if you're gonna watch that film. Yes, it's very, very good. If you do not have subtitles on, you're gonna be missing half the movie.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, in your Disney December review of Star Wars Rebels, you forgot to mention the Loth Wolves in season 4. They were another interesting concept like Bendu and the World Between Worlds. What do you think?
Yeah, they were good. It felt very Mononoke to me. But at the same time, what, like giant wolves aren't in other mythologies and stuff? That's totally a thing. But no, I liked them. They were fine. I just got a little. It just seemed a little too similar to that, and not enough of a spin on it. But they're fine. I thought they were good enough.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Disney is remaking a live-action Moana. This is getting ridiculous. The movie isn't even old enough to warrant a remake, and why not a sequel or a spin-off exploring more of the Polynesian culture or mythology? Or, novel idea, remake a bad movie and make it better.
Agree. Although with that one, I think it's like, I don't know, does The Rock just own a Hollywood now? It seems like anything he wants to do, they're like, oh, so Rocky, I like it. I don't know what it is. It's like
Right.
anything he demands, it just happens.
DJ Lol5, thank you for the 10-month subscription. Welcome
Thank
back.
you.
Appreciate that. Hi, Doug. Been a while, but I'm back, baby.
Good to have you back.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, how far are you into Owl House, and what are your thoughts?
So I had to take a little break because this sounds like I'm gloating. I broke my punching bag. I'm just too strong. No, it was a piece of shit I got because the other one lasted a couple years and finally broke. It's like, okay, let me get another one. And this one just really sucked. So I'm waiting for another one to come in. But before that, it's like I got exercise every day and I exercise in the morning. So I go bike riding now. So I haven't seen it in a bit. But the last one I saw, I think, was the backstory on Ida and Rain when they were kids. So that was good. But yeah, I'm sorry I'm not further. Like I said, I usually watch it in the morning and I'm bike riding now until the new punching bag comes in.
Doug, I loved that introduction that you're like, I don't want to be that guy, but also let me tell you,
I'm just too damn strong.
I'm so swole I broke my punching bag. Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 100 bits. Are you a fan of Salvador Dali's art? And if so, have you seen the movies he's worked on? Spellbound 1945, and Un Chien Andalou, 1929.
I've only seen bits of those movies. That might be enough. But
Okay.
I guess I should sit down and watch the whole thing. Watch them both. And yes, I do. I love Salvador Dali. That was like my introduction to surrealism. It's so funny that like people, they're like the melting watch guy, and it's like that's the thing he's most famous for. That like all this amazing imagery. I mean, just the elephants alone and the long legs are just so cool and so amazing. And people are just, oh, these melting watches though. It's got to be remembered for this, which is so bizarre. But no, I really love his. I mean, just when I found out, because I'm like a little kid or whatever, and I always thought I liked art, but I'd be lying if I said I always got it. Like, what's so special about the Mona Lisa and stuff? And when I found out that stuff was art, like that's in museums, I was just like, what, like this? But I like this. I really like this, kind of thing. And I was just like instantly hooked. I just love it. So even when it's so repetitive, and it is, I still get so sucked into that world and that imagery.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Summer's upon us, or should I say, and there's music notes here, so I feel like I should know this reference, but I don't know if I do. Sunny side up summer. Every day we come downstairs, unlock the door, then turn the sign to open. Open.
It is the Bob's Burgers movie.
Well, that's why.
And I know that because if you do see that movie, that song's pretty damn catchy. It does stay in your head.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I agree with what you said about the villain of Owl House being weak. Outside of his creepy design and performance, his personality and motivation aren't intriguing compared to Andreas from Amphibia.
Yeah, it's just a character we've seen before, and even the design. I feel bad because it's not like it's a bad design. It's just one we've seen all the time. It's Mum-Ra, it's Skeletor, it's the Horn King from Black Cauldron and stuff. It's every big baddie that sits on a throne and wears some sort of mask with dark eyes. You know what I mean? And it has the same type of voice and everything. So I don't know. It's not like there's nothing there. Like 10, 15 years ago, I feel like that's a great villain. But just his motivation, everything just seems really, really familiar. So I don't know. I could get to the end and be like, whoa, holy shit, they really turned this guy around. They made him really interesting. I don't know. I'll have to see.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. I know X-Men Origins Wolverine wasn't good, but one of the good things I liked was Liev Schreiber's portrayal as Sabretooth. It would be fun to have him come back in Deadpool 3. He can really lean into sadistic animal that is the character, like a tiger stalking its prey.
I agree. I mean, if there's anything Ryan Reynolds kind of showed in that movie, it's that casting wasn't the problem. you
That's
know,
so true.
yeah, it was everything else in the film. But no, I actually I liked him more than the original guy they got for the first X-Men movie. And that's I don't mean to knock that guy too much. He just they're like wear a wig and go "Rah!" and that was he did it fine, you know. But yeah, I feel like they at least tried to give him more of a character and a rivalry, but it was still botched.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen The Immigrant 2013? And if so, what are your thoughts?
I don't think so. I look at Immigrant 2013. I don't even know if I've heard of this movie. Uh, no, I will try to check it out.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What food do you and Rob absolutely disagree on?
Hmm. I forget if he likes or dislikes. I know my wife hates them. But the little zebra cakes or Christmas tree cakes around Christmas time, the little
Okay.
Debbie ones, love them. Me and Rob's wife actually have a thing where we give each other Christmas tree cake because we both love them and we just adore like even though we're giving each other the exact same thing we love opening it up and just being like ooh thank you like we are I don't know you know like when you're a little kid and you see plastic blocks and you're like I want to eat those blocks like what's wrong with you you're not the you know your brain's not a brain yet like they taste how I think those blocks would taste when I'm 1 years old you know what I mean like this just looks like a block of sugar and it is and it's amazing and it's I don't know my lizard brain can't turn myself off to it. I'm pretty sure Rob does not like them. A lot of people don't like them, but the ones that do, we get it, man. We get it.
DJ Lol 5, thank you for the 100 bits. I just heard that Sony is doing a live action Miles Morales Spider-Man movie. I thought they would save him for Secret Wars, but I guess they could go the route of the comics where Miles is from the Ultimate Universe and then in Secret Wars he becomes part of the main 616 universe. I have not heard that. Is that really a thing that's happening? Are they really doing a Miles Morales live action or is that just a rumor?
I mean, they've done Stranger. I mean, with like Morbius and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what I would think of that. I guess I mean, we got animated Spider-Man, and we have several different Peter Parkers and stuff. Why not a different Miles Morales? It's just the Spider-Verse movies are so good. Like, why would you do that to the Spider-Verse movie? But I don't know. They're still there, and that's such. I don't know. It'd be like saying, "Hey, let's do a Spider-Man movie right after No Way Home." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and do like an animated Spider-Man movie, Peter Parker after No Way Home. It's like you can do it, but it's like I don't know. That's a pretty tough act to follow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Nostalgia Ween for Unfriended or Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Uh, I don't know. I could do like just a fast little like if they were part of a list, I could talk about it. I don't think I could fill up a full review of it. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is one of those where the ending really does save the entire movie because it's kind of funny, but it really drags. You're not looking at much. It's mostly really dark and the lights are out. It's rainy, so it's hard to see anything. But when you get to the ending is so great. I'm just like, ah, shit, this is kind of brilliant. And I didn't see it coming either. I'm usually pretty good at predicting like what ending's going to be. And that one caught me by surprise and just really did save the movie.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What is the most overhyped movie you've ever seen? Most underhyped?
Underhyped? Man, both of those are good questions. I'm trying to think of I'm I gotta see this movie again. Maybe my opinion would change. And I do like it. Casablanca, I didn't find that interesting a romance. Everything else I love about it. I didn't get into the romance. I'm wondering if that has changed now because I saw it in high school. Uh, so maybe I've softened on maybe I'll see more of the tragedy of the romance, but I didn't get too into that. Underhyped? I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a movie I saw I was blown away by, and oh, maybe I really liked Molly's Game. Like that's one of my new
Mm.
favorite movies, and it came out. People were like, yeah, that's good. It's good. You should check it out. Or, it's not so hot. Whatever. And I just fucking loved it. That's one that'd probably be on that list.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug and Heather, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm glad you've gotten around to the Dudley Do Right movie. Now that we have reviews of the Rocky and Bullwinkle film and Dudley Do Right, I think the next logical step could only be the Boris and Natasha movie. Yes, that actually exists. What?
Oh,
Did you
sorry.
think I was going to say Peabody and Sherman? Please.
No, I thought you were gonna say George of the Jungle. I actually kind of like that Peabody and Sherman movie. I felt bad when that underperformed. But yeah, I never have seen that Boris and Natasha movie. I know what you're talking about. I always remember seeing it as a kid. I was just like, wait, what? They made a film out of this? That was the Morbius of its day. Just like, why are we randomly giving a live action movie to these animated villains?
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, what are your thoughts on The Collector from Owl House?
Uh, I apologize. I'm blanking on who that is. On the collector. Is he the guy that's in the cave? I don't know if I've gotten this far yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not ringing a bell. If I did, he clearly didn't leave that big an impact on me. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think I've gotten to that point. If I have, I'll wait for more episodes to pop up about him because, yeah, I don't remember him.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. NC for the Naked Gun or Airplane movies.
Uh, I've thought about doing one on just like kind of move. No, but I did. I did one on movie parodies before. I can't talk about them. I don't know what I would add. Again, I guess I could talk about Airplane 2, how that's not that good a sequel, but it's not the worst either. It's always interesting when those films are done bad. That's always because it's like, why is that? Why does this one work and this one doesn't? What are the little touches in the formula and stuff like that? So I don't know. Probably not, but we'll see.
Mark Murders, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, if still plan to review the Ratchet and Clank movie, might I suggest watching the cutscenes from the original 2002 PS2 game beforehand to understand why the movie is a bad adaptation?
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't getting that sucked into it. Maybe I need to play the other games or the newer game or something. I don't know, but you know what it is? I could already see why it's bad because I could tell when it went into movie form, and I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, if these gameplay segments weren't here, I'd be like, this is just a very boring, nothing movie, kind of thing. So I don't know. We'll see.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather and Doug, what buzzwords are you sick of people using to describe a movie? I can't stand it when someone overuses roller coaster to describe a film.
Ones that growing up, Rob and I always hated seeing. We hated seeing hip. This movie's hip. Or what's a tour de force? That's another one. Now, even though I'll definitely say when a movie's political lean gets in the way of the storytelling, I do hate all the, this movie's too woke, this movie's too racist, this movie's for Nazis, this movie's for lefties, this movie, I'm sick of that. I feel like just find something new. I don't know. I always say if Fox News or Twitter is using it, it's time to retire it, kind of thing. And that's always a thing. So I don't say woke. I don't say SJW. I also don't say MAGA. I don't say alt-right. I don't go to the extremes because it's just like, well, okay, like that's just the word they throw out now. It's just the buzzword, So I try to stay away from those. I mean, I don't know. What's wrong with just extreme left, extreme right? That's fine by me.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Saw the trailer for Elemental. The animation looks really creative, but it's such a pedestrian story.
I'll wait until I see it. I really agree, though. I was really underwhelmed by that trailer. Especially the world. I feel like that world could be so interesting. Like water, fire, what would that look like? It just looks like Zootopia, but it's all fiery. It's all watery. It's all like, I don't know. But I'll wait.
Yeah.
I've definitely noticed the pattern that if a Pixar movie has a bad trailer, it's usually good.
Yep,
So I'm
that's what
hoping
I was
that's the
just gonna
case.
say.
Yeah, I mean, Brave had a really cool trailer, and it's like, oh, well, that wasn't so hot. The first Toy Story is a terrible trailer, and that's like every animated film is trying to be that now.
Right, 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 right. Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, can we get a not too vague clue to next week's NC review, please?
um, we kind of gave one earlier, but it's in the same vein as the Fox Kids and like Disney Afternoon reviews, and we got the crew in it pretty much.
Right, right, right. I feel like if you're more specific, you're just saying,
Yeah, I'm just
this
gonna
is
say
what
what
it is.
There's not many left.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Saw the trailer for the next Mission Impossible. There's a scene where Tom Cruise motorcycles off a cliff. He's becoming an Onion parody of himself.
Yeah, but that's still pretty damn impressive.
I mean, it is.
I mean, it's weird because like I made fun of him like anyone did, and a part of me is almost wondering like if this is what he feels he has to do in order to stay relevant and stuff like that. And a part of me is like, it's impressive. I love seeing it. I love he's trying to turn films into a spectacle again and be the stuntman and everything. But I don't know. I do want to say you don't have to. It's okay. We're fine with just the acting. We came just to see act. But with that said, I am more likely to go see it for the stunts. But the movie is still fun. I like Top Gun. I like the Mission Impossible because they were good movies. Mission Impossible 2 is still stupid, and he climbs a mountain, and that's impressive, but it's still stupid.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite so bad it's good movie?
It's got to be The Room. Come on. It's just all those
Not
choices
Greatest
he
Showman?
makes. A Great Showman's pretty great. I mean, there's tons of so bad they're good movies, but yeah, the one that's just like the most unique, where you just say, why did he do? Oh, the one that's really growing on me, the Super Mario Brothers movie. I love asking why in that movie. Just the same way with The Room, where you go, why did they do that? Why did he say that way? Why is that this person's performance? Kind of thing. But The Room, I still think is the crowning achievement of that.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. What is Barney's favorite movie?
The Fifth Element. He loves that film. He likes watching films that like challenge you and have ideas and stuff, but the ones he likes the most are just ones that are, fun, just dumb fun pretty much. And he loves that world. He loves sci-fi. But at the same time, he can talk about all the various layers, like something like Dune works and stuff like that, or Star Trek, Next Generation, all that. But yeah, he loves Fifth Element. He can put it on anytime.
Author, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, after last week's NC of The Little Mermaid, I mentioned to my mom what Philo brought up about Ariel's design being inspired by the anime works of Miyazaki, and she brought up a legit point. My love for Ariel at a young age most likely led to my love for the anime/manga style as a result.
Interesting. Yeah, well, as soon as he said that, I remember saying, oh my God, people are gonna flip their lid knowing that like Ariel was was inspired from Miyazaki. And there was a Looper article that popped up. Actually, it referenced our video and said, Ariel based on Miyazaki's work, holy smokes and everything. So I don't know. I just had a feeling that was gonna be like a really cool thing that people were gonna be talking about.
DJ Lol5, thank you for the 100 bits. Continued from the last reply, I would love it if they did a Creed situation with the Miles movie, where it's set in the Sam Raimi movies and Toby's Peter is training Miles to become the next Spider-Man.
That
could be good.
That is kind of interesting. Yeah,
Darn.
because that world, it's so funny. When they came out, I was kind of turned off to that world, but now it's so strange, unique, and one of a kind. It would be kind of fun to go back to it, and bringing in Miles and Tobey Maguire at his current age and everything. That would be interesting. Getting Kirsten Dunst back as well. Fuck. That's interesting. Son of a bitch. Okay, that's not a bad thought.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. How would you say the most recent season of Bob's Burgers compares to the rest of the show? Personally, it's one of my favorites. I agree with what you said about how it's more of an emotional year for the show, and I really appreciated that. I feel like that's something The Simpsons lost track of down the line.
Yeah, I agree. Again, with Bob's Burgers, I have a hard time remembering like episodes and seasons and stuff like that. Because I just remember more the impact the characters leave on me. But this is one where I do remember there were kind of more dramatic episodes without them feeling too dramatic. It still felt like it was playing by the Bob Burgers rules. You know, it didn't feel out of place. So I think that does make it stand out a little bit more.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the show Nora from Queens?
I don't think I know that show. Nora.
I've only
from
watched a couple of episodes. It's
Queens.
Aquafina's show.
I don't even think I knew she had a show.
Oh, really?
Is that where she's from? Like, is that like what she was known for? Because I just suddenly started seeing her in movies, and people be like, Aquafina. I'm like, is this a singer? Like I have no idea who this is. So
I mean, I think she did stand up before she did Nora from Queens.
Well, it says 2020. I feel like she was the thing before 2020.
Yeah.
All right. So is that what she's known for? She's known for being a stand-up.
I'm not even sure. Online comedian, maybe.
I was gonna say I feel like it was seen some
online probably.
Because I do like her. I think she can be pretty entertaining. No, I didn't even know there was a show. I will try to check that out. My wife really likes her stuff too, so we will try to check that out.
Abnormal Gamer, thank you for the 100 bits. Are you fucking kidding me? Every time I don't watch your streams and want to ask questions, my internet always goes out. I'm sorry.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I thought the question was, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Yes, we are.
I don't know why that really got me, Doug, but that really got me.
That would be pretty funny.
That's it. That's the whole question. Are you fucking kidding me, Doug Walker? Yeah, sorry, we can't control your internet. I can barely control mine. I see we've dropped 1.5% of frames, which is not bad, but it's not ideal. No. Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, any opinions on The King of Queens, the sitcom starring Kevin James and Leah Remini?
I think I saw a little bit of it. I think on that same cruise I was talking about, they would show reruns. Like, they don't want you watching much TV, so they play that. But I think I saw like an episode or two, and it's cute. It's fine, I guess. But I don't think it's for me. It's just very safe, in one ear, out the other TV. It didn't leave much of an impression, but I don't know how much of an impression it's supposed to leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, for Disney December, can you review Star Wars Visions Season 1 and 2?
Maybe. Yeah, that might be an idea. I'll have to see if, because originally I was going to do like, you know, like The Little Mermaid for Disney December, the new one, and I'm just like, well, I could probably just do a nostalgia. I don't think there's anything new I'm going to say into Disney December, so maybe I'll replace it with that.
Chat never changed. Now people are putting in chat, are you fucking kidding me? Oiram, thank you for the 100 bits. Yo, Doug, my Dougie Doug. I hate to bear bad news, but early reviews of Elemental and Indiana Jones 5 are coming out, and they're not looking pretty. I know those are movies you have to see, so I'll be praying for you.
I mean, save your prayers for something else. I'm not worth that. But, yeah, I mean, we'll see. There's been movies that have come out I've disagreed with critics. I mean, Little Mermaid mostly got positive reviews. I didn't care for it. There's some films that people really hated that I'm one of the few that I thought Morbius was okay. You know, so just because all the critics say that doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be what I think. But I hope they're right. I want them to be good, so I hope they are.
Chat, you're cracking me up. Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. Regarding your old top 11 Disney villains list, if you wanted to, would you rather do an updated version of that list or a sequel, like top 11 modern Disney villains list?
But are there many? I mean, I feel like I've seen so many video essays talking about how there's just not that many Disney villains right now. They're either twists or they're...
Familia Trauma.
Was it?
Well, familial trauma is the villain.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, or they're so relatable they're not even really villains, kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I'd love to see a traditional Disney villain again, but yeah, I don't think it's weird because on the one hand, it's nice we're moving past just good versus evil. I like that. We relied on that for so long in Disney films, and now let's evolve it a little bit. But we've evolved it enough. Now that's becoming the trope. That's becoming the cliche. Now let's maybe go ahead and just get a good baddie in there. Get another Jack Horner or something like that. Just a fun baddie.
Kenton Play Stuff. Oh, I just read that. I'm sorry. I was paying attention to the internet.
Okay.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, did you get new art or something? I don't think I've seen that portrait of Lust from Fullmetal Alchemist before.
Oh yeah, there's that one. There's the reflection. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a really cool one of the thing up there. I don't know if that shows or not. Yeah, there's a lot of them up there. I'm keeping that Joker because I goddamn love that Joker. I met the artist. He's the same artist that designed like Pacific Rim and like the whatchamacallit, the Ninja Turtle sequel and stuff like that, and like Transfer. Like he's worked on all this really cool stuff, and he's also a comic book artist. And I'm like, I love that. It's amazing. So I'm never gonna get rid of that. But yeah, no, there's new artwork up there.
Ultra Nago, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, would you ever make an updated top 11 worst Nostalgia Critic reviewed movies since it's been a decade since that video?
Oh, maybe. It's funny. For a second, I thought you meant like worst Nostalgia Critic videos. I'm like, actually, that would be kind of an interesting video if I just point out the ones I really, really dislike. Yeah, I could, but then I'm like, wouldn't it make sense just to wait till the end now? Because even when I did that, I think I did. At the time, I think I gave up, the NC. So it's like maybe I should wait a little longer and see, until I hang up the hat for real and see which ones really are the worst.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Nostalgia Ween for The Menu.
The only thing I could talk about with The Menu that I feel like might, and that's a big might, be new or different, is just the cheeseburger stuff. And which sounds so funny to say, but yeah, everything else I feel like is pretty straightforward. And though I haven't watched any, I constantly see the meaning of the cheeseburger. What does the ending mean? What's the ending about? And I'm like, I'm sure they have the same thoughts as me. I don't know if I'm going to add that much different to it. I don't know. Maybe part of like a top 11 list or something like that. I'll bring it up there. But that's really the only thing I could talk about that I feel like would be something kind of different. Even then, I don't know. I could be saying the exact same thing everyone else is saying.
Oiriam, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, get ready to do the Darth Vader no again. Remember those 2 animated Titanic movies with the puppy-faced octopus? There is a sequel animated series to it consisting of 26 episodes, and they call it Fantasy Island, even though it has nothing to do with the Ricardo Montalban's show.
No! Yeah, I knew that actually. I've always thought about reviewing it, but like you said, it's 26 episodes, so that's gonna take some time to do. But yeah, I've had that. That's another one we get copyright claims on, though. Some Italian company keeps hitting us, so I don't know, maybe not. I did see that. I do want to talk about it. I don't know if it's worth it because A, I don't know if I have the time, and B, I just feel like it's waving the red flag in front of the bull, in terms of the copyright claims, and just waiting forever for them to, release them.
Rancy Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. So Doug and Heather, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is coming to PC on July 26th. Will you pick it up as a palate cleanser?
I feel like we just did, or was it this year we did Ratchet & Clank, or was it last year?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it was this, or was it? What is time? I don't know anymore. Doug.
Right, yeah.
I don't know anymore.
I feel like just the past year, I'm finally getting a concept of time again after the pandemic. But we'll see. I kind of want to try, like a type of game I haven't done, or, just a game series I haven't done. Like one I think I really want to do next is God of War. A lot of people say that's a really fun, cool game
Hell
series.
Yeah.
So I might check that. I'm not against playing that. I have fun playing that other one. I hear the other games are super, super fun. So we'll see. I'm not against that. I just don't know when yet.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Heather, my siblings and I visited a mall in San Jose, and we dropped by a store called Box Lunch. It's a neat little establishment, all sorts of anime and pop culture paraphernalia, just like what Hot Topic used to be. Ever been? Yeah, I've been to Box Lunches before. They are great little shops, mall shops, like you're saying. It's basically Hot Topic, but only for nerdy things instead of the band tees as well. So they're nice shops. I like Box Lunch.
Yeah, it's pretty much like what they sell at conventions.
Mm-hmm.
You'd see around, mainly like T-shirts and other one or two little knickknacks. But yeah, I feel like they still have some of that stuff at Hot Topic. Though you're right, it's not. This is the majority. It's just that stuff.
The Minnesota Superstars, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite Phineas and Ferb episode and a song?
Man, oh God, I'm trying to. I do like in the Star Wars one, I just gave them so much credit that they kept it canon to the Star Wars universe. Like, you can still watch the Star Wars movies and just be like, oh yeah, and then behind the scenes, like, this was going on with Phineas and Ferb. Like, it still kind of matches up. I thought that was so clever. And a favorite song? Man, I'm trying to, there's so damn many. See, that's the thing. I always remember them right after I see them. I start humming them, and then the next one will play, and then I'll start humming that, and I totally blank on them. I'll have to say the theme song because that's the one I've heard the most.
Abnormal Gamer, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay, my asshole internet decides to be nice. How are you guys doing?
Oh, good. Are you fucking kidding me? No.
Talking of Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. I was watching this video of a physicist going over the science of the MCU, and he stated the film's done the best job describing the multiverse and time travel out of any film before. I wish I had this when I was in high school. It would have made science way more interesting. How do you feel about the new saga exploring the multiverse?
Uh, Again, I mean, like, with everything everywhere at once, and now these Spider-Verse movies, I really feel like MCU's got to step up their game, man. Like they're lagging behind, which is impressive. For years, they've been ahead of the game. They've been several steps, and then they've been one step, and they've for whatever like 10 so years. That's really impressive. But now they really got to switch it up. They really got to, I think, do something different. They have to really be aware of what other people are doing now because everyone else has caught up and is surpassing them. So I like to see that. I hope they can breathe in some new ideas and new life. I do like when they experiment in the MCU. That's the stuff I've liked the most in Phase 4 is when they try something different. Even if it doesn't work, I give them credit when they try it.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Little suggestion for the next commercial special, Doug. The Wiener Schnitzel commercials about the panicky hot dog that almost gets eaten all the time. I mean, the hot dog is always in danger, and you're a sick fuck, so I just think you'd get a kick out of them.
I don't think I've ever seen those. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out.
The Minnesota Superstars, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, so I saw this fan-made poster for a live-action Hunchback, and it had Josh Gad as Quasimodo. What would be your opinions on that, and who would you want in the live-action movie? Doug can't handle Josh Gad Quasimodo.
That's really funny. You want to know what's so funny? Dollars to, because I hear they are doing a live action Hunchback. I bet you anything he's one of the gargoyles. I just bet you that's what they have. He's the Jason Alexander one, I bet. I would go for an unknown. I would someone that can sing it like, and I don't know if it would be cool if they did find someone that had like a face deformity or something like that. Like that'd be really cool because there are some actors that do. But I get it if you can't find one that can, has the face, can sing, can act, has the physical structure and I mean, all that. I get if they don't. In terms of just actors in general, like famous actors, I don't know. Even if you couldn't find someone, I would say just go for an unknown. Like really make it about the performance. It's funny. I was gonna say like Haley Bailey. I thought she was an unknown, but I guess she was known quite a bit before The Little Mermaid. I didn't know that. I totally missed the stuff she was in. But yeah, I'm more for newcomers, honestly, especially when it comes to musical films.
Chat, thank you very much for our second hype train of the day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry, I'm pausing for a second because my internet's being a little weird.
Oh no.
It's gonna stabilize because I'm gonna will it to stabilize, but we're doing some buffering right now.
Okay.
We're doing some buffering right now.
I'm watching a little bit on Twitch. I've definitely been seeing it go pixelate.
Okay, we've stabilized a little bit more than we were before. All right.
Okay.
Oi Ram, thank you for the 100 bits. So it's been confirmed, I did hear about this. The mom Chili from Bluey once had a miscarriage. It was hinted at before, but a book about pregnancy has confirmed this dark truth in the little puppy kids show.
I thought I saw something, either a YouTube video or like a thumbnail or like an article about it. It sounds weird to say, but because they did like the death episode so well, I would be curious to see how they did that. It's one of the few shows where I actually would look forward to the special episodes because they handle it so well. With that said, I don't know. Maybe they botched it.
They didn't.
But okay. I mean, they haven't. The little I've seen, it seems like they would handle this with a lot of care. Yeah, no, it's interesting.
Rancy Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I have a Disney Summer recommendation at Disney Channel's Pen Zero, Part-Time Hero.
Pen Zero?
Yeah, PENN space ZERO. Part-Time Hero.
Part-Time
I've never heard of that before.
2014. God, it's a Disney show, but man, does it look like a like a Sony brand. It looks like Clyde We Have Chance of Meatballs or Hotel Transylvania. That's interesting. Yeah, never heard of it. Maybe I'll try to check it out.
Ultra Nago, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, thoughts on Seth MacFarlane's show, The Orville?
I haven't seen it. No, I take it back. I saw one episode and I really liked it. It's funny because it's hard for me to remember what it was about, but it felt more like Star Trek than a lot of Star Trek does now, which is interesting. Rob's been watching it and he pretty much says the same thing. He's like, yeah, they're doing like what Next Generation used to do. He's like, you know, the funny episodes of Next Generation, you know, the ones that have like a comedic lean to them. I'm like, yeah, he's like, it's like that. It's just like a funny episode of, you know, being on the Enterprise. Like, it's still taken seriously, but it just happens to be a funny episode, and they're all like that. But the ideas are still really interesting. So I've only seen one. I liked it. I hear it's great. At some point, I'd love to sit down and watch more of them, but I don't know when that's going to be.
Alex Loves Musicals, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on Across the Spider-Verse? I hear it's getting great reviews.
It's fucking phenomenal. I just love the everlasting shit out of it. I actually think I like it better than the first one. The first one's like my favorite Spider-Man movie. It did kind of stay with me afterwards. I was thinking about some of the themes and ideas that like they snuck in. It's not all super obvious, which I like. It's just overload. I mean, it's just like so much is being thrown at you, but it never feels like it's overbearing. Like you're following it just enough, and it's like a roller coaster that way. But then they have like the moments where they'll slow down and let the characters just talk or be, you know, themselves and everything. It's just so goddamn good. I don't know. I feel like anyone could look at this movie. If anyone wants to make a movie, they could watch this film and find something that'd be like, ooh, I gotta do something like that, or that opened up an idea, or a style, or something with music, something with drawing, something with the way the acting is, the story, the writing, everything. It's so far it's my favorite film of the year. I just love the shit out of it. I know I'm probably overhyping it, but I really, really liked it.
Mustard Man, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay, but instead of Brendan Fraser, and I don't know, they say that's Fraser, Doug, playing Dudley.
That's right.
Why did you say it different in the review?
I have always said Fraser. Everyone I know has said Fraser. Only once in a while do I hear Fraser. Fraser is technically correct. I just hear everybody say Fraser, and it's easier to say.
Yeah.
He has an Oscar. I think he'll be okay.
Playing Dudley Do-Right, should they have picked Bruce Campbell instead? I think they should have picked Bruce Campbell instead.
You know, it's funny. In one of the Evil Dead commentaries, he actually does a Dudley Do Right imitation. He goes, "Oh no!" at some point, and yeah, shit. I think he really would have done well. Actually, that would have been a good choice.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Is it a bad thing that I have no drive or curiosity to check out Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? I'm aware it's a masterpiece, but I just have this aversion to stuff that's 100% perfect. No, I don't think that's bad. Honestly, if you know that it's not going to be a game that you enjoy because of some of the gameplay, then you don't have to play it just because other people say it's good. Like, there's definitely games out there that I know are probably amazing, but I haven't played because I know that it's not really a style that I enjoy. So why put myself through that, you know?
The last Zelda game I played all the way through, I think, was on Super Nintendo. So it shows you how far back I go. I've seen a little bit of Breath of the Wild. I've seen Rob play it, but yeah, I just don't. I don't have time to play unless it's on stream. I really don't have time to play many games.
Orlando Garcia, I just read that, sorry. Patton Soa, thank you for the 100 bits. Would you ever consider reviewing the first Fast and the Furious movie?
At some point, I should sit down and watch all those films. But that's the thing; there's so damn many. I have seen I saw the first one when it came out. I remember not liking it, and I didn't watch the others until they turned into heist movies. I think I saw two of the films like in the middle that had like The Rock. It's one where they're like driving off with a safe, like a safe is attached to them and stuff. And those were pretty fun. But I haven't kept up. I know they're dumb fun. I know that's the idea. But yeah, there's just too damn many now, and I don't think I have time to catch up. It have to be something I do like after I retire.
Ansem Newrend, thank you for that 27-month subscription.
Thank
Welcome
you.
back. Appreciate that. Do you think you'll review any Keaton or Chaplin movies at some point?
I mean, is there really anything that new to add to them? I mean, I feel like they've been talked about for decades and are going to be talked about for hundreds of years after, us, honestly. So I don't think there's anything I can add that everyone else hasn't already said about them.
The Minnesota Superstars, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on Batmay ending today, and thoughts on the whole project. By the way, give Walter my love for the amazing years listening to him about, in my opinion, the greatest animated cartoon in the world.
Oh, yeah. And I've watched all of them. I love hearing his opinion on them. I love revisiting a lot of these. A lot of them, I kind of forgot how good they were, because maybe I just saw them when they came out. I was a teenager and then never looked back. And then, like, he'll revisit it and bring up stuff I never noticed about it or remembered about it. So I loved it. I can tell he kind of had the same thing as me, where he went in with all this energy, but then he got older, and getting old sucks, and it takes away like some of your energy, and then suddenly you're like, oh fuck, I'm like, now I don't have to do Batman. I gotta do like Twilight Tober Zone as well, and like fanscription and everything. So when he says he's done, I mean, it's like he's done. He might do a little like side thing with, like you said, like Return of the Joker or something, but we literally make a joke about it in the upcoming review about how everyone wants him to do all these other different Mays, and yeah, he's out, he's tapping out.
Author, thank you for the bits. Doug, now that you've seen the remake of The Little Mermaid and taking the bell curve into account, where would you say it ranks on the tier list amongst the other remakes? Do you guys still have that original list? I have it saved somewhere on my PC. And I'm probably not going to just go through right now to find it, but
No, I mean, it'd be right in the middle. I think I even said that in the review. I'm like, this is nowhere near the worst. It's nowhere near like the ones that are almost good. It's like right in the middle, because it's the same old shtick. It's the same old stuff, but the musical moments do elevate it a little bit. So I'm like, yeah, just right dab in the middle.
Patton Soa, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you ever gotten around to seeing The Gentleman?
I know that was brought up too. I'm trying to remember what it was on The Gentleman movie. Is that the yeah, that's right. This came out 2019, pretty recently. Yeah, that's right. I do remember this being brought up. This Guy Ritchie movie that I just never saw. Man, I wish I could say no. I'll get right on it, but I know I'm gonna forget about it. I have a whole list of other movies that I need to watch that I really want to watch, and I've never even heard of this one. So maybe I'll put it on the list, but it's unlikely I'm gonna get to it, honestly.
Rancy Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. So, Doug, you know me as the guy in the Twitch chat who recommends old Disney Channel shows for Disney December. If you want the list where I'm getting all these shows from, look up List of Disney Television Animation Productions. It has every show they ever made on there. I hope you check it out on Wikipedia.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Abnormal Gamer, thank you for the 100 bits. All right, so far so good. Anyway, is there any movies/TV shows you want to review but can't because of copyright issues?
Uh, Man, I'm trying to think. My probably some. I was gonna say some anime, but what would it be? Because I did do oh, what the fuck's it called? Ponyo. And that was fun to talk about. But I'm trying to think any other. It'd have to be some sort of anime movie because I remember some people asking for an anime. It's like I'd love to, but they're really different with copyright over there, and we'll get hit and everything. Yeah, but I'm blanking on it for some reason. Yeah, I can't remember. Oh no, I know this isn't an anime, but I love to talk about House of a Thousand Corpses. I had such fun with that movie, and I would love to talk about it, but I just know the gore and everything it would get it hit, and all the bad language and everything. So it's like, I get hit for content. So yeah, that's one I love to talk about, but I know I can't.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the Tom Hanks movie, The Terminal?
I never saw it. It didn't look like much to me. And everybody was just like, it's okay, like kind of thing. So I never really sought it out.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Your annoying cosplay Deadpool character was a brilliant example of playing the long game with a joke. I love it when he states X-Men Origin Wolverine sucked as a joke, to which you simply reply, that it did.
Well, thank you. Don't know what else to say except thank you so much.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. For this year's Nostalgiaween, would you consider a review of Fright Night? That 2-second bit you showed in your Langoliers review looked rather stupid, in my opinion.
It's weird because it's like half meant to be stupid, half not meant to be. I don't know. I'm very on the fence about it, about whether or not it's good. It doesn't interest me that much. So again, I try to talk about movies I have like some interest or passion talking about. So probably not, but you're not the first to ask for it. A lot of people have asked for it.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Will there ever be an NC for The Greatest Showman? Your Tamara Jassaw review made it look like you guys had such a fun time with that movie.
I mean, some point we gotta. That was so much fun, and it's so easy to make jokes. I feel like it's one of those musicals where it's like, because again, music copyright is always a biggie. They like to throw claims out like nothing, but I feel like with that one, it's so silly and so ridiculous. I feel like we don't need to show much of the music to get across what's funny about it. So probably it's on the list. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but we'll get to it at some point.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. What if Pixar's next movie was one huge crossover between the pro tags of all their movies? You name it. Woody and Buzz, Mike and Sully, The Incredibles, all of them in the same room. Does that sound a little bottom of the barrel, or is there a morsel of potential there?
It depends what they do with it. I don't know. If you told me there's a Spider-Man movie where all the Spider-Mans get together, come on. Let it go. But like they handled it really well. Or even the Spider-Verse movies, I'd be like, that doesn't sound very good. It kind of sounds like a sellout. If anything, look at all the properties we have. But they really did something with it. So I don't know. It would depend on how they do it. I mean, I don't know. Look at like Kingdom Hearts. Like that turned into something. So I don't know. I'd have to see how it's handled.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. NC for the Back to the Future movies.
I did them. Yeah, it's I did it this year, I think, in fact. So yeah, go check them out.
Kermit Wazowski, thank you for the 100 bits. I'm exactly halfway through my Always Sunny binge watch, and you were wearing a Patty shirt in the ad break today, so it's fresh in my mind at the moment. Who's your favorite gang member? I've been flip-flopping between Mac and Charlie.
Man, I don't know. You take one away, you feel like something's missing. You know what I mean? Like I can't. I guess a part of me almost leans towards D because she went on to another show when they were on hiatus called The Mick, and she could hold her own in that show. Like she could be the star without having to rely on everyone else. So, and it does have a great supporting cast in that show too. If you ever want to see more, if you get through the series and you're like, I want more, go watch The Mick. It's pretty much D the show, and it's very very funny. So I guess I'm leaning towards that, but I don't just by a little. I feel like everybody brings something to that group.
Abnormal Gamer, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh my god, what have I done? Anyway, I'm just gonna guess and say that next week's review will be about Adult Swim. Did I get it right?
No.
KP Kruk, thank you for the 100 bits. If there ever was a remake of 12 Angry Men with an all-female cast, who would you pick as the cast? Obviously, for the sake of time, who would you choose for Juror 8 and Juror 3, originally played by Henry Fonda and Lee G. Cobb?
I don't know, because I think of like in the remake they had like Jack Lemmon and George C. Scott, and those were such interesting choices. And Jack Lemmon was almost kind of playing against type, so I always feel like that's what I want to see in something like that, where you get these characters that everybody is pretty familiar with, this story everybody's familiar with, but you get actors or actresses that are going to do something like they're not used to playing this role, so they're going to bring something really unique to it. You know what I mean? So I don't know who, but someone that would like maybe play against type. Like, I don't know. Just because when I thought George C. Scott, I was like, oh, like a screaming woman, Melissa McCarthy. I'm like, no, switch around. Have her be the one that doesn't want the person to go to jail and says, let's talk about, like, I think that'd be really interesting for her to do. So that's what I mean by kind of playing against type. I think that'd be fascinating.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the movie Dodgeball?
I've never seen it, and everyone says it's funny as hell, and I'm missing. Did I write that down on the list? Let me see if that's what I have on there. I'm making a list of movies to watch here, and sometimes I do get to them. No, I do not, so I will add that. But right under Sophie's choice.
Yes, what a double feature.
Perfect double feature.
Buckmaster, thank you for the 4-month subscription. Welcome back. Hey, hope everyone's having a good night.
You too. Thank you.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. For the next NC commercials, you can do the Nicole Kidman AMC commercials and insert clips of The Room, Birdemic, and even Kickassia, sorry.
Kickassia?
Sorry, that was my bad. I know what Kickassia is.
That's
My
pretty
brain
funny.
misread it. As she's talking about the power of cinema.
I don't think I have that on the list, and I really should. You're not the first one to bring that up, and it's like, yeah, why don't I have that on the list? That'd be so funny. There's so many easy jokes I can make with that, so I am gonna add that on here. So, SNL did one already. Oh, god damn it! Oh, I have to check that out. Shit. A lot of people have. Oh, everybody's done this. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? I got some great stuff to watch later then.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on Kenneth Branagh's version of Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile?
I only saw Murder on the Orient Express. I liked it. I'd be lying if I said I knew the story well. I know it's like the classic detective story and everything. So the reveal of who did it was kind of a surprise to me. That legit kind of got me. But I know the character. I know how eccentric he's supposed to be, the silly mustache and all that stuff. And I thought he played it fine. Everyone played the roles fine. I never did see Death on the Nile, but I should, because apparently there's a third one coming out. So I should check that out.
Author, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, which new remake love ballad do you think was better? Dan Stevens' Evermore or Jonah Hauer King's Wild Uncharted Waters? And no, you can't pick Josh Groban's cover of Evermore, since we all know that would automatically win because Groban's awesome.
I would still, even though he doesn't sing it better, I would say that the Beauty and the Beast one, the Evermore one. I just thought it was a little bit more of an interesting song, and it kind of matched Beauty and the Beast a little bit more. I guess the other Princess one did too. I don't know. I just remember it a little bit more, so I guess I'll go with that. But yeah, the other one's sung fine and sung better. Honestly, it just didn't grab me.
KP Kruk, thank you for the 100 bits. 100, oh, sorry, no, that's a part of the cheer. I was going to say 100 years ago, but that's not what it is. Years ago, I saw a fan-made poster for a Bedknobs and Broomsticks remake with Kate Winslet in the lead role. Could you see her in that role, or would you pick another?
Um, sure. That's another one where I feel like the original's fine. Granted, you could do some different stuff with it. Certainly. I don't know how the Nazi battle at the end would go now. I don't know. A lot of people would just be like, no, watching that. But I think the original's fine. And whoever you get, even if they're fantastic, I don't think they're going to top Angela Lansbury or what's his name? Timmy Tomlinson. I think they were just so good.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I just realized, has it been roughly 5 years since you've adopted Chaplin? I recall he started showing up since the later half of 2018.
Maybe. I don't know. I always remember the month. It was October. I remember because there's this big thing about like you can't adopt a black cat on Halloween because apparently people do bad stuff to black cats on how like black cats on Halloween. It's terrible. Why are you like fucking awful? But because he was a tuxedo kitty, they're like, they're not getting. That's fine, which is so weird. I don't know. Weird. I guess it's the same as like they won't sell a rabbit on Easter. Same thing. Like people just don't take care of them or something. So yeah, I don't know. But maybe, yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought about how many years I've had him. I'll have to ask him.
Big Boris, thank you for the 100 bits. I've been a fan since the iconic Son of the Mask review, and I was wondering if we can expect a kick. Sorry.
Kick Asia, you mean?
Yeah. Kick Asia 2. Kick Asia 2. Kick Asia. No, just kidding.
No, it is not in the works.
Haunted Joker, thank you for the 100 bits. Could you please do your Adam Sandler impression? It makes me smile.
I'm trying to remember what it is. It's usually just me being like, "Oh, gimme, dobby, doo," like that's that's my Adam Sandler. Or just a little bit of this voice going for you here. That's my Adam Sandler.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the song Chocolate Rain?
I don't know if I've heard it. Oh, here's the thing. I'm terrible with song names. So maybe if I hear the start of it, I'll be like, oh, yeah, I love this song. Or maybe I haven't heard it before. Yeah, I don't know.
It's
Sorry.
the viral sensation, Chocolate Rain. Where it's a dude and he sings Chocolate Rain and then he puts the text across the screen. I move my face away from the mic to like not hear the breath. I don't know what the words are besides Chocolate Rain.
Okay, yeah, okay, pops up right away. I will try and look that up later because just your description was pretty funny.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. NC for the Cars and Planes movies.
Oh, I don't wanna. God, they made more than one Planes movie. Oh my God. That first one was so bad. I don't even like the Cars movies that much. I don't wanna. We'll see. I don't have a passion to talk about them. I don't wanna. We'll see what happens.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. What are the chances of a review of the 2012 Three Stooges movie? I only remember seeing it once in theaters, but it feels like a fever dream that the film even exists.
I have it on the list. A lot of people have asked me to review it. I never know how those comedies do. The ones from like, anywhere between like the 90s to like the 2010s and stuff. The ones that are just straight up comedies, you know what I mean? Like they're just everybody remembers them, but don't remember if they remember liking them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's on the list. I haven't seen it. I just know there's something about Jersey Shore in there that everybody's like, oh well, this is dated. Like everyone, whether you like it or not, everyone agrees that's the worst part of the movie.
Heavy Metal Harry, thank you for the 100 bits. What do you think of my Indiana pitch? An aged Indy played by Harrison Ford goes to a bar and talks to a mysterious figure about that one artifact that keeps eluding him. The rest of the film will be an anthology cut between the conversation with the stranger. The shorts will introduce the new Indiana Jones, played by a younger actor. Each story will take place in a different location, chasing the artifact with a different villain and set piece. Unfortunately, the artifact disappears.
sounds like it probably get a better response than the new one is.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. What would you say is the worst joke and ugliest visual in Son of the Mask?
Man, ugliest visual. Maybe the teeth with the little snake fangs. That was pretty. I really don't like looking at babies. I think they're just kind of globs of goo. I think they're kind of gross. So just adding those little teeth on there is like, ugh. But no, actually, that's not true. Jamie Kennedy in the match just being like right up to the camera like that. That was so hard to look at. Worst joke. Casting Jamie Kennedy in that movie, I guess.
I can't get over. I already don't like looking at babies.
They're
Okay, Doug.
gross. They're just these little piles. They can't do anything or say anything.
They're potatoes
shit.
that shit. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but no, but potatoes are like salad. Like they're just these little mushy things that cry. No, not a fan.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Speaking of Fast and the Furious, if I was a director, I would definitely make an action film where the stunts are intentionally stupid and nonsensical, like the hero pole vaults with a straw or something. A film with a heaping helping of Sharknado in it.
They kind of did that. It's called It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. And Rat Race also kind of did that. I feel like they do. They just do them in comedies, or they used to. I don't know. Maybe they don't do them as much now in comedies. It's more CG. But yeah, no, that's definitely, you can find stuff like that.
KP Kruk, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you had a chance to see the animated Riverdance movie on Netflix?
No, I heard about it. It didn't look that good. It looked about as corny as you would imagine a Riverdance movie would, but who knows? Maybe it's great.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Which remake / adaptation did you think was worse? The live action Little Mermaid or Lightyear?
Probably Lightyear, just because it was so boring and it didn't even try to represent the source material. Little Mermaid's bad, but at least A, like I said, the musical moments are good, and B, it's at least trying to be the original source material. Lightyear is just like, nah, let's just take the title and then do a lot of boring shit with it. Yeah, I really didn't get into that one.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Top 3 Jason Segel performances.
Man, oh man, what's this? I saw him in this one film, this drama he was really goddamn good in. Okay, so I'll say Muppets just because, come on, it's Muppets, and he played a big part in that coming back. I really liked him in the movie I Love You, Man. I thought that was pretty good, very underrated comedy. And where the fuck is this other movie? Windfall, that was it. He was really great. He was like unrecognizable, too. I didn't even know it was him. So yeah, that's a really good movie if you haven't seen it.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen the Michael J. Fox documentary called Still?
No, not yet. It looks interesting.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen the Melissa McCarthy movie Can You Ever Forgive Me?
No. You know what I was going to say? I was going to look it up and say, but I haven't seen it anyway, so what does it matter? No, I have not seen it.
Heavy Metal Harry, thank you for the 100 bits. If you're planning on playing God of War for PS4, keep in mind that it's actually God of War 4. The first 3 are for PS2 and PS3. In the games, Kratos is a villain protagonist who really does some fucked up shit.
Okay, I'll look into it. Yeah, God, that is something to keep in mind. It's not like just watching a movie where you just like, put it on, oh, it came out this time, just put it on. It's like, no, it's like you gotta have the right system, you have to have like the right version, the right updates and everything. Yeah, that's a fair point. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, you don't have to play the first 3 God of Wars to understand, though, what God of War PS4 is about. Okay. I didn't play the first 3 God of War games, and I adored God of War for PS4.
Okay.
Rancy Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. So, Doug, I have yet another old Disney Channel show to recommend for a Disney-cember. The show is called Get Ed.
Get Ed?
Yeah.
It's so funny. I'm like, how have I never heard of these shows? I'm like, well, they are for kids. I'm assuming this is a show for, okay, yeah, it looks like a show for kids. So yeah, I guess I really shouldn't be that shocked. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to look into it.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. If Santa sees me when I'm sleeping and knows when I'm awake and knows if I've been bad or good, then why does he need to make a list? Never mind checking it twice.
Well, he sees you, but he doesn't remember everybody's names. Okay, give him a chance. He's a busy dude. Can you do all that? I can't.
You dare question the omnipresent, omniscient Santa?
Don't fuck with
We know which list you're on now. Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Death in the Nile was fine, but beware, it does have Russell Brand in it.
I actually heard he was okay in the movie. There is a part of me that's like, okay, well, let me see if I can actually take him serious and something.
Rancy Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I would like to recommend the Ratchet and Clank weapon commercials for this commercial special. They are very early 2000s and surprisingly violent.
I think I remember seeing them. They didn't sound like ones I would include in there, but I'll give them another go. Maybe when I see him again, I'll be like, oh my god, you can't do that today.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, out of curiosity, do you plan on looking at the Rankin Bass specials and or the horror movie Jack Frost? No, not Michael Keaton, you already did that. I asked because you've brought them up before in past Christmas videos, and I've always wondered if you'll ever review them. Also, I 100% agree with you that the puppets and their animations are creepy.
Brad Jones did the Jack Frost, the first one at least. I think he did the second one as well. And those are worth checking. That's more up his alley, and he can cover them a lot better. So he checked that out. He did a Cinema Snob. The Rankin Bass stuff, I might, because I think they would be interesting to talk about, because I never got that into them. But I am seeing more and more the charm of them. So I might, but the copyright claims on that I think are pretty tight too. That's like the one thing I'm kind of, tugging on my collar with, but we'll see.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. So here's what we learned today. Heather wants to kick Asia and Doug hates babies.
You didn't know that already?
That's a nice thing that now I can say about you that not everyone knows that you hate babies.
Not I hate babies. I mean, we need them for the human race to survive, but they're just, when somebody look at the cute baby, I'm like, no, y'all lying. You know that ain't cute. It's gross.
Rancy Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. This is a follow-up to a previous bit message. Disney's Get Ed was their first fully produced computer animated series made for Disney. It was also the show's creator's last creation before he died of a stroke in 2008.
Oh, that's sad. I was thinking of that, what the fuck's that show? The CD one where they're all like green or blue and they go inside like a video game and stuff. I can't remember the
It's a Disney one?
No, but it was on ABC, so I just assumed it was Disney, and I guess it wasn't. Or maybe it was on Toonami as well. Oh, I can't remember. I feel like we covered it too for like Toonami or something. Oh my god, terrible. Nope.
Are you talking about Reboot?
Reboot! That's it. Thank you. Yes. I thought that was Disney because I thought they had on ABC, but I think they had on there later or something. So I always assumed that was there. So, okay, that's interesting. That's their first show then. Sorry, that was a long-winded way of just saying, I didn't know that.
Author, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, with the release of the newest trailer for Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken, have your opinions changed at all? Personally, mine still haven't.
Mine haven't either. I don't think it looks good, but and again, I'm really spoiled after seeing goddamn Spider-Verse. It's like, oh, that's what this is what animation could be. Oh my god. But again, hope I'm wrong. I hope it's good. I anytime I go see a movie, I want it to be entertaining. I want it to be good. So yeah, I don't know. It still wasn't winning me over.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. You mentioned in your Danny DeVito career dive that you didn't like the movie Duplex, but was there anything about that movie that you liked?
Oh yeah, the story's great. It's a great idea. It's another one of those, if you just show me the bullet points on it, I'd be like, this is brilliant. This is a brilliant movie. But yeah, it's just off. It's just the right amount off, and not in a way like Death to Smoochy where it's like uniquely off and it's kind of fascinating to watch. It's just bad. Yeah, I would love to see. That's a movie I'd love to see a remake of because I think it's so clever. It's such a dark comedic idea.
Alex Loves Musicals, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you ever seen Over the Moon on Netflix? If so, what are your thoughts? It's an animated movie and pretty good. Philippa Sue, who played Eliza in Hamilton, is one of the voice actors.
No, I saw the trailer and it looked interesting. It's another one where I'm like, okay, I'll wait and see if people talk about it, kind of thing. There's one show I want to check out. I want to see if anyone recommends it on Disney Plus. It's called Moon Girl, and it has kind of like almost like a Spider-Verse style. It is hand drawn, but it's a very kind of cool experimental style. It's another one of those where I'm like, I'll wait and see if people are talking about it. Because if it's just a kid show and there's nothing much to it, okay. But the look of it seemed really, really cool.
Captain John, thank you for the 100 bits. When I saw the trailer for the Little Mermaid remake, the first thing I thought was, oh, they're finally making Pirates of the Caribbean 6. Then I saw Ariel and I was like, oh, it's the remake of the Little Mermaid. Never mind. Also, I just can't look at Javier Bardem in a Disney role and not imagine his hilarious Spanish accent from the fifth film.
Oh, man. I think he was probably the worst part of the remake. He just looked like he checked out.
Oh,
And
no.
yeah, and Triton's a good character in that movie, and just everything he says, he just kind of has this tone. Ariel, why are you doing that? If this is the only way to get through, so be. I mean, just like nothing. And I don't know if I'm suspended on these goddamn wires and be like, no, there's a crab over here, and there's a fan. I don't know how I would act, but I don't know. He does not act well with the facts, man. He really doesn't.
Rancy Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. Also, Doug, all Disney's Get Ed episodes are all free on YouTube.
Cool. I'll keep that in mind.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the Adam Sandler movie Bedtime Stories?
I did Disney December on it. You can check that out. I didn't like it, but it's not his worst.
Orlando Garcia, thank you for the 100 bits. Now that I think about it, what if there was a film about a newfound mother and father raising a baby? No asinine gimmicks like the father is a muscle man or the mother is a spy. Just this straightforward story about an unprepared man and woman raising this baby, and the entire process shown right there, right before us, warts and all.
I mean, I feel like there's got to be some film like that.
I do too.
But you're right, I can't think of it. I mean, there's definitely stuff like Three Men and a Baby and stuff, or again, like sort of gimmicky stuff. Superman, no, he's an alien. I feel like it's out there, but you're right. I can't think of one top of my head. I also don't like raising baby movies. I'm not a baby fan, if you can't tell. When the kids start like talking, that's interesting. Like they don't know the rules yet. They'll say weird stuff, and they're so imaginative. When they're a baby, they do that, and they're like cute. No, it's not.
I'm not a baby fan, Doug. 2023.
They're like little drunk people. You ever get a drunk person just and you're like, oh, that's adorable.
Rancy Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I have a question. Do you like it that I keep recommending these old Disney Channel shows for Disney-cember? I can stop if you want.
It's up to you. I mean, just know that with shows especially, they take longer to do. So I am going to pick one that either A, I think people would definitely click on, to watch it, or B, I really want to see. Something like Owl House, a lot of people recommend it, but I also really want to see. So, I mean, it doesn't hurt to recommend it. I mean, just know shows take a while, so I'm going to be very discriminatory which ones I want to watch and which ones I'm going to dedicate the time to.
Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. Without giving anything away, what did you think of the villain, the Spot, in Across the Spider-Verse? No spoilers.
And there weirdly are spoilers with the character. But I think I can say this. That I really like. They make him look like he's just going to be a villain at the beginning of the movies. They keep calling him a villain of the week. And he's like, no, I'm not. I'm your arch nemesis. I'm your blah, blah, blah. And that is what he is until a point when suddenly he's almost the main threat. And it ties in so brilliantly with the ideas of the movie about destiny and choice and fate and all that stuff. And the way they play with that trope is so brilliant. And yeah, I love what they did with him. I don't know if you told me if they did that in any other movie, I'd be like, that's lame. But because they do it so well here, I really thought it was very clever and very funny.
Adam Gunther, thank you for the 100 bits. With your review of Dudley Do Right coming out, what would you say is your overall favorite Brendan Fraser performance?
Man, I think it's gotta be Cliff in Doom Patrol, honestly. He was just so consistently entertaining and funny and also emotional. And he had to do it with that stupid robot mask. It's just a voice. For him to get all that across with just the voice is so impressive.
TDI Charlie Brown, thank you for the 100 bits. If you want a good animated show in the style of animation that's like Moon Girl, I strongly suggest Wing Feather Saga.
Wait, did I hear this one? Hold on.
Wing Feather
Feather
Saga.
Saga. Sounds a little familiar. Okay, I think somebody recommended this before. That's right. It was like a Kickstarter or something. Yeah, I think I saw like the trailer for it or something. Okay, I will try to check that out.
Rand C Gaming, thank you for the 100 bits. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is very good, but the show's not finished yet.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's okay. A lot of shows are Always Sunny in Philadelphia isn't finished yet. It's like I'll still watch it, Okay, I'll try to check it out. Yeah, I think I just needed like that recommendation, that little push, to say, yeah, no, this is good. Like it's stuff that adults and kids can watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Haunted Joker, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather, which Disney princess does Doug have most in common with? I think when I think Doug's Disney princess, I think of Rapunzel. I feel like you're kind of energetic.
You pick the one with the most hair. Of course. Of course you do that.
Nothing to do with hair, Doug. I just see like you're energetic, you're excitable, you're always determined and moving forward and like have a goal in mind.
And I look amazing in purple. So yeah. Okay. Checks out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Heavy Metal Harry, thank you for the 100 bits. In regards to Ratchet and Clank, the remake wiped the humor and characters' personality to a bland slate. This was because the game's cutscenes were ripped straight from the movie. The Sony execs fired the series director. The information could be found in a blog post called A Farewell to All Lombaxes. In the original PS2 games, Ratchet was a brash, rude redneck whose personality works with Clank's stoic nature. You can look up those PS2 cutscenes on YouTube. They're pretty funny.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard a lot of like the production issues and the consistency issues and stuff like that, or continuity issues, I should say. So, no, I definitely heard all that.
TDI Charlie Brown, thank you for the 100 bits. Wing Feather Saga also has Jodie Benson voicing the mother, so it's already a better Little Mermaid remake than the actual remake. Also, not a fan of babies? My baby niece would like a word with you, good sir.
I know, I'm the devil, everybody tells me, but I feel like a lot more people out there feel the same as me. I don't know. Every once in a while, I'll sort of get someone in a corner, like after they see a baby, and they're just like, "Yeah, I think babies are like it's like a secret society. I think babies are gross." I'm like, "I know, me too. I know. Pinkies were a part of a special club." Yeah, like I'm not alone. Okay.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your specific thoughts on the original Planet of the Apes series? Which ones do you like or not like, and for what reasons?
Oh, I like them. I guess I don't like the second one or the last one. All the others I really enjoy. If you can buy the absurdity of them, they're very, very good.
Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. A cute little baby stares sweetly at Doug with the purest smile ever. Doug, you don't know how to walk, loser.
Baby's gonna be like, well, I got more hair than you right now. I will say this: when I do legit see like a cute baby, I do say, I even openly say, this is coming from a guy that thinks babies are ugly, so that's a cute baby. Like the few times I do see one, I'm like, all right, that's an achievement. When even I think the baby's cute.
Mum Raw, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. Have you two watched any of the new Superman and Lois series? Just started season 1 and loving it. I think I actually like Tyler Hoechlin more than Cavill. Love the family dynamic because it gives him more of a weakness besides just kryptonite. Excited to meet the cast at Fan Expo. I don't think we're doing Fan Expo, right?
No. And then I remember seeing ads for that show. I was like, oh, I wonder how this is going to be. And then I never heard of it again. So I just assumed it was like nothing or forgettable or something.
I watched the first 5 episodes and they were pretty good.
Pretty good?
There's just so many things for me to keep up with that it wasn't a priority for me to keep up with,
Okay. Yeah, I just knew I knew if it was bad, everyone would be freaking out and saying it's the worst thing ever. But if it was really good, everyone would be saying, "Oh my god, you gotta see it," kind of thing. So it's kind of like what I guess it's like what you said. No, it's good. It's just there's other stuff to watch.
Heavy Metal Harry, thank you for the 100 bits. In regards to the Irish car safety ad that you reviewed, where a car rolls over a group of children having a picnic, have you seen any other Irish car crash ads? My favorite is the one when the car crushes the child in front of the goalpost. Less casualties, but quality over quantity. By the way, my dad's friend is the producer for most of those ads.
No, I guess congratulate him for creating a genre then, I guess, because apparently there's quite a few of them. I just saw the one. I didn't know it was I didn't know those were like the Fast X in Ireland. This is the Fast Car Crash series, but they have a good message, I guess.
Haunted Joker, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, which Disney male character does Heather have most in common with?
I'm trying. Well, I was gonna throw it right back and say Flynn Rider. But like
the smolder, I've got it.
I'm trying to think. Okay, I mean, this is a mouse, but Basil Baker Street from Great Mouse Detective. I feel like you're always on top of stuff. When I think of someone just constantly doing stuff and getting this right, getting this set to go, it just I know, like you're excited when you get it right and stuff like that. We got this. Okay, that's good. Like always putting out fires and stuff and figuring stuff out. Like that's what I think. I think of Basil. I think of it.
Captain John, thank you for the 100 bits. Which Disney character would make the best Doctor Who companion? Also, since the 60th anniversary of the show is coming up, do you think you can review anything Doctor Who related? Like the TV movie released in 1996 with Paul McGann, that's still considered canon. Sorry, gosh.
I've only seen one episode. That's the Weeping Angels, which was cool. I've only seen clips of other stuff. I never watched much. I'm sure it's great. It's another just time issue. I don't have time to watch it. So yeah, I'm not the one to ask. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Disney character that would make the best Doctor Who companion, though, would easily be Belle. Belle would want to be curious about everything, and
that's true. Yeah,
I could really see her doing well with that.
Or Alice, curiouser.
There you go. Kenton Play Stuff, thank you for the 100 bits. Regarding the Spot, the first time I heard of that villain was through the 90s animated Spider-Man series. For as goofy as he looks, he was pretty intimidating villain. It just sucks that he only got one appearance in the show. I think they could have done so much with him.
So I don't know much about the character, but they do kind of. I don't know. It's hard to explain. They both really do and really don't at the same time. But it's done really well. I don't want to ruin it. Just you'll see when you see it.
Keep in mind, y'all, it is 8 o'clock. We've been consistently getting bit messages, and I'll answer this one last one. I'm really sorry that we don't have time to answer the highlighted questions today. I thought we were going to have time, and then more bit messages just kept slowly coming in. Adam Grunther, thank you for the 100 bits. How would you rank the 3 theatrical Looney Tunes movies? Space Jam 2, and Back in Action?
Space Jam 2, I actually think would probably be my favorite. Then Back in Action, and then Space Jam. Probably. That's just my personal preference.
All right. Awesome. Well, that does bring us to 8 o'clock. Again, sorry we didn't get to the highlighted messages. I do always feel like, I really thought we could get to it today.
Yeah, we didn't have to speed it up or anything. Yeah,
we did it. And I really thought every time it was like, yes, this is the last one. Then like 3 new ones would come in and be like, okay. And then it'd be like, all right, last one. 3 new questions would come in. Okay.
I'm not bothered, just disappointed.
But thank you all for joining us here today. We super appreciate you being here. We do have content here 5 days a week. So please come on back and see us Monday through Friday. We do appreciate seeing you all the time. I hope that everyone has a good rest of your night. We are going to go over and raid Miss Tamara Chambers, who you probably know from Channel Awesome. So we're going to go raid Tamara. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. And we'll see y'all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.